What is your American dream?
My American dream is one day opening my Fifth Avenue crafts couture shop, classy men and women stuff. The first African-inspired clothes and accessories on Fifth Avenue. Right in front of Trump Tower.
Successful and free, you know? Yeah, it's all about being successful.
My American dream is to be one of the best known chef there is. Yeah, that's where I want to be now. I want to be known.
And to be the best I can be.
My dream is to be with my family and be able to take care of my family the best way I possibly can. I've had 2 more children since I've come here, and being in the United States has its benefits for my children.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. It's Friday the 13th, Yonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias.
Whoa.
You woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. You said...
Oh! Friday the 13th
I think somebody just got murdered in the
control room.
Maestro, stop it! Maestro! Control yourself, Maestro.
What's going on back there?
I don't know. That was scary.
I actually woke up on the right side of the bed today.
You did.
It's been a great day, actually.
Let me ask you a question. Were you scared to get out of bed this morning? You said, you know what, Friday the 13th, almost anything could happen today. Or are you not superstitious?
You know, when I was younger, I kind of was superstitious. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my God, Friday the 13th. Everything wrong happened today. It's because, it's Friday the 13th. But, today I woke up, I was like, wow, I woke up early. I checked into my flight real early. I wasn't tired.
You checked into what flight?
I'm going to Chicago tomorrow for
Aren't we lucky?
A Christmas party and then flying right back.
Aren't we not only lucky, but very fancy that you fly into Chicago for a party? Not all of us are flying into Chicago for a party. Also very interesting, you're not flying on Friday the 13th.
Oh, okay,
was that done on purpose?
Now that is going a little too far. I'm not going to fly on Friday the 13th.
And by the way, we are live on Facebook right now. I'm going to say hello to the squad on Facebook.
Yeah.
We are live on YouTube. I'm going to say hello to the squad on YouTube. And I know Jenny from the Cubicle is in the process of making us live on Instagram too, at Bradshaw Live. I don't know if we are or not right now. Let me look. And it says we're live, but I don't see us. Maybe we're live. Who knows? We're still working on it.
We're still working on it. Hey, listen. This is the beginning.
There's a lot of codes and numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenny from the Cubicle.
She's literally back there doing this.
Yes. Jenny from the
Yes. All right.
Exactly. She had Vladimir Putin, she told me. She was on the phone with a guy with a very thick Russian accent when it wasn't working yesterday, and she thought actually Vladimir Putin was on the other line, screwing with our Instagram. But let me say hello. Or should I better yet say, Happy Friday the 13th?
Yes.
Or should I better say... Is there anyone behind me?
We should have dressed you up.
Is there anyone behind me then?
We should have dressed you up today.
You know what? I think rather than say Happy Friday the 13th, we say...
Anytime you say Friday the 13th,
something
happens. I like this.
Don't ever, whatever you do, Yonathan, please avoid saying. I didn't even say it yet. And the woman is screaming her head off. Squad up, Angie Love, Jessica Levy, Joelle Reed, Myrtle Ray, Cordella Douglas. Happy Friday the 13th. Monica Laws, how are you? Tracy Haynes, Lolitha Platt, how are you? Denisha Joseph, I see watching. Tanya Lee Bryan watching is also. Denisha Joseph, squad up, Denisha. Suzanne Johnson, squad up. Mia Montauk says, Sister Lisa. Everybody's Lisa.
Yeah.
Myrtle Ray, squad up. Melissa M. Edwards, happy Friday the 13th.
Jeez, it's getting
It's
more
getting worse.
aggressive.
It's getting worse over there. Mia Montauk, I said. Angie Love, I said. Crown Value Steady Balling. That's a new person.
That is a new person,
Squad up.
Yeah.
But they know, Crown knows to say squad up. So perhaps Crown was
Change
a
the name.
closet commenter. Comes out of the closet.
Who are you, Crown? Let us know.
Or maybe Crown is somebody else.
That we know.
That we know and changed their name. We don't know. Tally, squad up, everyone. Tally says, happy FRI-YAY the 13th. Stop it, guys. Just stop it. Cindy Albert, how are you? Angela Rawlings, DJ Killer Buzz, squad up. Lolitha Brown, squad up. Jessica Leamy is watching on both. Oh my gosh, what'd I do here? I just lost my YouTube.
Did you?
Yes.
All right, well, I got some. Did you say Cindy Albert?
I did not.
And saying, talking to Talia. We got Annie. We got The Great saying hello. We say squad up, so The Great, squad up. We also, did you already say 29 Super C?
Did not.
Okay, what's up?
I did not.
Squad up, 29
right.
Super C.
And by the way, I didn't also say Lenworth Johnson.
Okay.
29 Super C always went. Frank Ugoji.
Yeah.
I don't know where Frank's from, but he says, Happy Friday the 13th. And yo, let's see if we made it on to...
Wait. I think I saw somebody saying that they were watching from, was it Gambia? Or somewhere.
And by the way...
Yeah, Mohamed Jawara, watching from Gambia. So I want to say what's up.
And
Squad
by the
up
way,
to you.
on Instagram, at Bradshaw Live, we are live on Instagram right now. And I want to say squad up to Zoe88Y.
Yeah.
And Gur_me. Different names on Instagram.
Yes.
Right? And Amadou.sec.716.
Nice.
All right. And that's on Instagram as well. You can check us out at Bradshaw Live on Instagram live right now. You can also check us out on YouTube at Bradshaw Live, on Facebook at Bradshaw Live. Yonathan, Yo-Yo, Elias, please tell everybody what they need to do on Facebook, YouTube, and now Instagram.
Wow. All right. All 3 platforms. And by next month, we'll probably be on 6 more.
That's right.
All right. So on every platform, the first thing I need you guys to do is join the Brad Squad fan page on Facebook. So we're going to put the link in the comment section. Very easy. All you have to do is click the link and press join. We will accept it, and you get so many incentives. One major one is that you get the first 5 questions asked for the social media check-in. So whenever we get hundreds of messages all day, the first 5 ones that you put in that Brad Squad page on the fan page, you guys will get those answered. So then now on Facebook, the first thing that we're gonna do is gonna share. We need to share all over the world. You saw we have Mohammed from Gambia. We have everybody from Trinidad. We have people from Jamaica, Ethiopia. Man, we have people from all over the world. And literally the only reason it's happening is because you guys are sharing it to your friends and your family. You have your network is our network. All right? So we need you guys to share. And how you share is click that little arrow pointing to the right. It says share, and then all you have to do is share it to anybody's page. You can share it to a group. You can share it in an inbox. You can actually tell your friends and family. You can share it and copy the link and send it to your friends through text message even.
I just want you to know, Tali is really helping you out here, Yonathan.
Oh, what's she
saying,
doing?
Squad, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up. Let's show some love.
Yes.
All right? Tali is on your side.
Thank you, Tali.
I don't know if anybody else is.
I think the whole squad is on my
Let's
side.
see.
I think so
Let's
as well.
see.
All right, and on Facebook, of course, we need you guys to put all your comments in right now. We have a lot of comments to get through, so we need you guys to put them in right now so you get a better chance of us answering them because, like I said, if you don't join the fan page, then you don't get a guaranteed answer. We definitely want you to like, love, smiley face, sad face, wow face, any emotion that you're feeling through any part of the show, whatever we're talking about, I want you guys to show it there. Now on YouTube, first thing I need you guys to do is subscribe. So it's a red rectangular button that says subscribe, and click the little bell right next to it, because when you click that bell, you get notified anytime we come on air or anytime we upload a video. Sometimes we like to upload a video just to surprise you guys. How would you know? If you click that little bell.
You know what we haven't done in a long time?
What?
We have not done pop-up shows.
We haven't.
We have not.
We have not.
We have not.
Maybe we should
bring it back.
I think we should do one next week.
Maybe we will.
And maybe the first 5 people that
The first 5 people to turn on our pop-up show will be the first 5 people to watch our pop-up show. Next week. One day next week. By the way, next week is our last week for the year.
Yes.
And then we retire and go on vacation.
Yes.
We wish each other good Yuletide.
Yes.
All right? Does anybody say that anymore?
In the Christmas song.
It is Christmas song.
Yeah,
That's
but
about
that's
it. Nobody sees you on the street, Yonathan, and says, Yonathan, I wish
Wishing
you
good
some good
Yuletide.
Yuletide. No, nobody
no.
says that. But we will be wishing each other good Yuletide, because that's what we do here at Bradshaw Live. Next Thursday will be our last show. One day next week, we're going to do a pop-up and start some odd time. And if you don't subscribe on YouTube, you don't subscribe on Facebook, you don't follow us on Instagram, you won't know when it'll happen.
Woo! All right, guys. So the only way to find out when we actually come on, you could actually do this on Facebook and on YouTube. Click the little bell and click notifications on. All right, throw in all your questions in the comment section as well. Definitely can share from YouTube as well. Just copy the link and send it in a text message blast. Last but not least, Tally already told you guys, and I'm going to tell you guys for the first time today, I need you guys all to press the thumbs up. So when we say press the thumbs up, it's not throwing up emojis. I need you guys to turn that little gray thumb blue, because that right there shows us love. It shows us that we're doing what you guys want us to do, all right? That means we're doing a good job.
Yonathan, Terry Schlamaz says, I am the only one in the entire world who says good Yuletide. I say we bring it back.
Are we bringing it back?
I say we bring it back.
Well, we have only a week to do it.
All right,
so.
all next week, instead of squad up, we will wish everyone good Yuletide.
We're wishing you good Yuletide.
Yes.
I've never said that in my entire life, by the way.
We're going to bring it back.
We're going to bring it back.
Hashtag good Yuletide.
Good Yuletide.
Yes.
When did they do that? Like in the 1800s?
Maybe even before.
Yeah.
maybe around the time, right around the time of Jesus Christ, perhaps.
Yeah.
And I think Shakespearean times.
I want to shout out Fire Empress Lewis saying first time here. So everybody at the Brad Squad, I need you guys to show great love to Fire Empress. I like that name, Fire Empress Lewis on Facebook. So show her love, introduce her to the Brad Squad, and welcome her to the family. And now this is what you guys have been waiting for. This is where we schmooze with Brad.
All right, Yonathan. You forgot about Instagram.
Oh, that's a new thing.
That's a new thing. On Instagram, you can share this on Instagram. You can take our story and you can add it to your story, right?
No.
You can.
How?
You can share our story to your story. Our live video, you can't share to your story?
That I don't know.
You don't know.
That I do
What do
not
you do
know.
with live videos on Instagram?
You just watch and you comment.
No,
you like it.
You can't share it to somebody?
Let's see.
I think you can, Yonathan.
I'm going to see right here as you're
I am
schmoozing.
sure you. As a matter of fact, I'm positive you can.
As
you
you're
want to know why?
schmoozing.
Because Jenny from the cubicle told me that is possible.
Okay.
Meanwhile, yesterday, Yonathan, while you try to share this
All right, so
live video,
I see us on, and you could share it as a DM.
As a DM.
You can
send
send
it,
it,
but you can't add it.
You can't add it to
not
that-
like
that
not-
I know you
right,
can-
So in other words, unlike just a picture that you see on your friend's story that you can share to your story. You can't share.
You can't share to your
a
story,
live
but
video.
you can actually send it as a direct message. So
Got
it's
it.
a little arrow that's pointing. It looks like a kite. It's pointing towards the right. You could click that and send it to any of your friends, even if they're not your friends. You can send it to them as a DM and tell them about the show.
All right. In the meantime, yesterday there was a 14-hour marathon in Congress when they were debating the final wording and amendments to the impeachment of Donald Trump. The Republicans were trying to delay a final vote on the impeachment articles getting out of the Judiciary Committee so that there could be a final vote in the House of Representatives. They wanted the vote from the Judiciary Committee to happen around midnight when nobody was watching. And by the time people woke up, there would be a new news cycle. So the Democrats were aware of this little trickery.
Smart.
So they ended the debate, the Democrats, and the Republicans were going crazy. They ended the debate around 10 o'clock last night. They reopened the debate 10 a.m. this morning. And as I said, after a grueling 14-hour meeting, Democrats on the House Judiciary Committee announced that the panel would vote at 10 a.m. the next day, and they voted a little after 10 o'clock, and they voted on party lines. All the Democrats voting for impeachment, all the Republicans voting against it.
All of them.
All of them. And now it will go next week sometime to a full vote in the House of Representatives, and Donald Trump will now become the third president in U.S. history to be impeached. Andrew Johnson, number one. Bill Clinton was the second. And now Donald Trump, as we said, Nixon resigned.
He resigned
before he was impeached.
He's like,
Now Donald Trump, he went on a tweet
frenzy.
He did 58 tweets.
Oh my gosh.
In 1 hour.
What?
So at 10:40 a.m., an example of his tweet binge. At 10:40 a.m., he tweeted, Democrats Veronica Escobar and Jackson Lee purposely misquoted my call. I said I want you to do us, our country, a favor, not me a favor. They know that, but decided to lie in order to make a fraudulent point. Very sad. And then this morning he picked up right where he left off. He continued. The Republican House members were fantastic yesterday. It always helps to have a much better case. In fact, the Democrats have no case at all. But the unity and sheer brilliance of these Republican warriors, all of them, was a beautiful sight to see. And quite frankly, when you watch the news, and I kind of look at both Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, I kind of get a little bit of everybody just to see what everybody's saying. It's like we're in two different worlds.
Yeah.
Literally, it's like we are in two different worlds. You watch CNN, you watch MSNBC, and what you're hearing is Trump's going to be impeached. He committed a bribery. The bribery was that he asked for a political favor from the president of the Ukraine and said he was going to withhold money and a coveted visit to the White House in order to get a political favor, which is an investigation to the Bidens. So then when he goes on the campaign trail, he can call Biden a crook, his son a crook, just like he did Hillary Clinton. Same playbook.
Right.
And Trump gets reelected again. And if you listen to Fox News, he didn't do anything wrong.
Wow.
Okay? There's absolutely nothing wrong with what he did. The Democrats are crazy.
That's crazy.
They're making stuff up. All Trump was doing was legitimately looking into corruption in the Ukraine. He never asked for anything. He never requested Zelensky to do him a political favor. There was no crime whatsoever.
That's crazy to me.
There was literally. It's not even that it's not even a defense of, well, maybe he did this, but it's like
that's what I'm saying.
It's a completely different. It's a completely different narrative.
It's insane to me
It's
that
like-
you
it's
have
like
to watch
two different worlds.
Right, like you're supposed to watch news to get the news, not to get your biased opinion. Like,
Right.
and the fact that you're watching a whole station and they're literally saying it's all a lie, Democrats are crazy, and like you're watching another station. I don't believe that the MSNBC and all that should be putting their opinions either. Like we're supposed to be watching news channels to get news. Just state the facts. Let us figure out our own opinions.
25 years ago or 30 years ago, before cable news came on the scene, the FCC regulated newscasts where they had to give the news without opinion, just factual news without opinion. And there was 3 newscasts, one on ABC News, one on NBC, one on CBS. The famous guy, Walter Cronkite, would come on. He would say, these are the facts. I'm just reading facts.
That's it.
And that's it. I don't give any opinion. But when cable news came out and there was multiple outlets of news, the FCC changed the regulations and said news channels can give their opinions now. And as a result of that, we have what we have today.
I feel like certain shows should be able to give, their opinions. Like if it's a personality, like when you are doing your show, this is like a personality type of show. It's an infotainment show. But like when it's an actual news show, like late night news.
But where do you draw the line between this is a news show?
Like,
and this is
like anchors.
Because
I'm talking about like anchors
because
sitting
I'm going to
down.
tell you right now, when you watch CNN and Fox, they're there to entertain you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
those
that's
news,
the problem.
it's
That's the problem.
24-hour news. They're there to entertain you.
That's the issue. Now everybody just wants entertainment instead of the factual news.
Meanwhile, Trump. It is reported. I have no idea, but it's reported that Trump publicly is minimizing the impeachment, but he's pumpkin stewing privately, getting angry.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania on Tuesday night, he said on the campaign trail, "This is the lightest, weakest impeachment. Our country's had actually many impeachments. You'd call judges a lot of many impeachments, but it was on today. Everybody said this is impeachment light. This is the lightest impeachment in the history of our country by far. It's like not even an impeachment." And we have a video.
This is the lightest, weakest impeachment. Our country's had actually many impeachments, but it was on today. Everybody said this is impeachment light.
No, there hasn't been plenty of impeachments.
No,
this is actually the third in the
right.
entire history. And the first person to ever say impeachment light was Donald Trump. I haven't heard anybody say that before. Now, according to some unknown advisor of the Trump administration, because everybody doesn't like to put their names on these things, they're saying that he was preparing for impeachment for some time. He knew that the Democrats were going to come after him. He just didn't think it was going to be the Ukraine affair, which makes you wonder, if he didn't think it was going to be Ukraine, and the Ukraine is an obvious bribery, think of all the other things that he has in his mind. He's like, boy, they can get me on this, and this, and we don't even know about it.
Yeah.
Right? Meanwhile, in Kentucky, Governor Andy Bashar, who restored the voting rights for over 140,000 former felons in the state through an executive order. He says, "My faith teaches forgiveness, and that is why I'm restoring voting rights to over 140,000 Kentuckians who have done wrong in the past but are doing right now." And if you, when you think about it without giving thought, you think about it just completely with a mindless thought process.
Right.
You say, hell no, or lady has a felony. Why should they have a right to vote?
Right.
But if you think about it on a deeper level, the governor of Kentucky's right. A, you got to have forgiveness. B, this person was a felon. He did his or her time, went to jail, probation, paid a fine. He did his or her debt to society. That debt is now paid.
I agree.
Why should they be punished further?
I agree.
They should have a right to vote.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with immigration. You commit a felony, you go to jail, you pay a fine. Whatever it is your penalty. You got to take it like a man or woman.
Yeah.
You don't do the crime if you can't do the time.
Yeah.
But then after you've done your time, you've paid your debt to society, why should you get doubly punished and deported?
I agree.
So it's the same, I think at first you say, yeah, why should a felon get to vote?
Get to vote.
But then when you think about it, it's really the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Really is the right thing to do. Now he says Kentucky has the third highest voter disenfranchisement rate nationwide, with nearly 10% of the people and nearly 25% of African Americans in the state not allowed to vote. So allowing felons to vote changes the voting demographics, especially if you think about
who they would probably vote for.
Well, who are they? Who's America jailing?
I mean, mostly African Americans,
exactly.
minorities.
So when people are saying don't let felons vote,
and who do they usually vote for? Usually for Democrats,
right? But also when you're saying don't allow a felon to vote. okay, you're basically saying when we're jailing, a majority of the people in jail are people of color and minorities. Basically, you're disenfranchising minorities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay,
This is true.
a little here in the little too late department.
Okay.
Joe Biden is now acknowledging the pain caused by deportations as he's unveiling his immigration plan. Now, prior to Donald Trump, they called President Obama the deportee in chief instead of the president in chief. Prior to Trump, Obama deported more immigrants than any other president. More immigrants got deported under Obama's watch than George Bush's watch.
Really?
Yes. And Joe Biden has now acknowledged that pain.
Oh, wow.
16 years too late.
Yeah.
His campaign plan states that, quote, Joe Biden understands the pain felt by every family across the U.S. that has a loved one removed from the country, including under the Obama-Biden administration, and he believes we must do better to uphold our laws humanely and preserve the dignity of immigrant families, refugees, etc. The former vice president wants to reverse several of Trump's immigration policies and make reforms including a pathway to citizenship for 11 million undocumented immigrants. Very nice that he wants to do this. I just find it a little pandering that he did it a little too late. Yes, Jill. No, 16 years because they were deporting people since 2008. So what is that? 13 years. Jill is in my ear.
I was like 16.
That's right, because since
and I was
2000,
like, damn, this had been already.
Yes, they became
But I mean,
right.
almost.
Obama was president in 2008.
Jeez.
So that's 13 years.
That's 13. That's still
That's
far.
right. So I was a little off on my math.
3 years.
That's right. Meanwhile, marijuana is soon to become legal in Illinois.
Hey, now.
But it's a problem if you're not a U.S. citizen.
See, that's something really good to know.
That's right, because it's a problem. A lot of these state laws, it's a problem. And the problem becomes, I have to put my phone down now, and the problem becomes that it's a taboo if you're applying for asylum, if you're applying for citizenship, or if you're traveling into the United States of America and you're in the marijuana business. Because it is a deportable offense to be trafficking in marijuana. Federally, it is still illegal. So for people who are growing marijuana plants for profit in states that it's legal, for people who are working in the marijuana industry, even if they're a bookkeeper at a company, you conceivably are following state law, but you are breaking immigration law.
Wow.
So please,
so how about
be very careful.
How about immigrants that kind of need to smoke it to, get rid of like either headaches or like medical
You are
type of thing?
breaking the immigration law.
Sheesh.
So
and a lot of them don't know
even
that.
though it is state law, it's legal, immigration is federal law.
Dang.
Yeah, so please, you must be careful. Now, I don't know if you noticed what's happening in the UK right now, and I hope it's not a harbinger. Is that such a word as harbinger?
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 I've never heard of
If
that.
it is a harbinger, why don't you Google harbinger? What is harbinger?
I'm about to tell you
What
right
is
now.
harbinger?
Harbinger is a person or thing that announces or signals the approach of another.
Aha! I hope what happened in England is not a harbinger for what will happen in the 2020 election. I was correct in my word.
Good job.
Thank you very much. Word of the day. We should have word of the day.
Yeah,
harbinger.
Because it's like an indication.
That's right.
Yeah.
Because the conservatives, they had a crazy conservative. I don't know a lot about Boris Johnson, but from what I've read, the few things, he's a nut.
Okay.
Okay, but we also have a nut.
Like one.
He looks like a nut. But we also have a nut in the White House.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Yes, there he is. They look exactly alike.
They look like brothers.
The only difference that I can tell is that the American looks like a pumpkin, and the British guy looks like Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
All right, that's the only thing I can tell.
He literally looks like the UK version of Trump.
Yes, except he's not orange.
No, that would be the UK version. They don't really have sun.
That's
so
right.
That's
There's no sun. Exactly. So I hope it's not a harbinger because we got two crazy people. Okay, Boris Johnson, he ran on Brexit. They're going to leave the European Union, England. They don't care what pain it's going to cause. Every economist says England's better off in the European Union than out. But he's been campaigning against people's xenophobia with immigration, with people coming from other parts of the world into the United Kingdom, taking jobs away, and as a result, he swept way past the Liberals. John Corbyn, who is a socialist, got basically annihilated in this election. And what the U.S. news is reporting is that Donald Trump is very happy to see this, especially if the Democrats were to vote in their primaries a more liberal candidate such as a Warren or a Bernie Sanders.
Right.
That Trump says that he would believe that the same result would happen in the United States that happened in the UK. So what I say is, I hope it is not a harbinger to come, because Boris Johnson ran on Brexit. We are not united with the world. We're not a global society. We're going to be insular in the United Kingdom. We don't want immigration.
Oh, wow.
The same exact thing that Trump is saying.
Are you sure they're not related?
Meanwhile, in more important British news, okay, more important than Brexit and who won the Prime Minister, the Meghan Markle. Is that your favorite princess?
Absolutely, on the side of Princess Diana.
You're on the so Meghan Markle, not your favorite princess.
Princess Diana is my favorite.
Okay, so Meghan Markle, who is not your number one princess.
No, but she can come in a close second.
Right. I have some Disney princesses ahead of Meghan Markle
Listen,
as well.
that's not,
okay.
if we're adding them,
Meghan Markle is in the top 10 for me.
She cool.
But I have some Disney princesses ahead of her.
I do too.
Okay, but in the meantime, before she was a princess, she was a struggling actress and then became somewhat of an actress.
Yes, she was booked.
Right, but when she was a struggling actress, she was one of the briefcase. Did you know this? One of the briefcase women on Deal or No Deal.
Yes.
So her briefcase, Meghan Markle's briefcase, number 24. There it
was
is.
She
right
always
there.
number 24?
She was always number 24. Her briefcase is now went up for auction.
That's crazy.
All right. If you want to go and try to bid on the number 24, there she is. It was just $5 in her briefcase, of course.
Right.
All right. I mean, if we knew she was going to be a princess, they could have put a little more money in her briefcase than $5.
Right.
But it is going on auction, and it is estimated to go to sell between $4,000 to $6,000.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say more.
No, $4,000 to $6,000. Now, Howie, no deal, Howie.
Yes.
I haven't seen that show in a long time.
I haven't either.
Right, but I love when the people go, no deal, Howie, no deal. So, no deal, Howie. He says he never even remembers Meghan Markle on the show.
Why would he say that?
All right, that's rude.
Yeah.
Right. He says, he's such a big shot, right? I don't remember the princess working.
Well, she's way bigger than he is now.
That's right. Yeah.
Ever will be.
That's right. He is a host on a cable briefcase show.
Don't know if it's still on or not.
He's famous for no deal, Howie, and nobody can shake his hand because he's a germphobe.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We don't want to shake your hand.
All right. Did you see, by the way, the number one selling item, Santa Christmas sweater on Amazon?
Oh, yes. From Walmart?
From Walmart, yes. The Walmart Canada faced a whole lot of backlash this weekend after people realized that one of its ugly Christmas sweaters reading "Let It Snow" was actually talking about a different type of snow. It depicts Santa.
And his
It
eyes.
depicts Santa, who looks like he's totally coked out with 3 lines of cocaine.
With a straw.
With some snow coming down, and the sweater says "Let It Snow." And it was the number one selling Christmas sweater at Walmart. They took it out.
I'm mad that I didn't get it.
And now it is on Amazon. You can buy it on Amazon. Amazon is selling it. It is the number one selling Christmas sweater on Amazon.
Can you get
now.
that for me for Christmas?
Yeah. Now there's been
can you get
some.
me a large?
Now there's been some comments.
He's
you know, like
ignoring
people on comments. I'll get you a large. Don't worry. You want the sweater, not the snow, right?
No.
You're not asking for any trunks.
No. Just the sweater.
Okay, fine.
Sweater.
So, you know, like they make some comments, you know, about the item. So some of the comments about the item include, excuse me, what? Walmart is advertising cocaine on its Christmas sweaters? And then another comment was, well, certainly explains why Santa is so jolly.
Okay, and he can stay up all night.
Yeah. And then finally, to keep in the Christmas Yuletide spirit, Yonathan,
Yes,
as we get close.
Happy Yuletide.
Nothing smells like a Christmas like Kentucky Fried Chicken.
What?
Yes. Now, if you were to name your favorite Christmas smell, what's your favorite Christmas smell?
It would be.
Is it Hello from?
I don't know like the actual names. I just like cinnamon and gingerbread.
Okay.
And pine. Pine tree.
Well, now Kentucky Fried Chicken is offering their Yuletide offerings by selling the smell of warm fried chicken scented fire logs.
Come on.
Yes,
That's
you can light.
dumb.
You can light the log. You can light the log and make your home smell like a fast food Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant.
But why?
Yes.
Why would you want your house to smell like fried chicken unless you're about to eat fried chicken? Wouldn't that just always make you hungry?
But not only does it smell like fried chicken, but it smells like a fast food restaurant. Now, according to the New York Times, these logs are in high demand.
Who's buying these?
Now, Kentucky Fried Chicken in their marketing says they hope that you'll cuddle up with your family or friends with a bucket of our world-famous fried chicken and a warm fried chicken scented fire this holiday season.
I think that's dumb as heck.
Yes. And finally, if you wanted to, Yonathan,
anytime you start off with that, I don't want to.
Okay, and finally, Yonathan, if you wanted to have your house smell like fried chicken
There you go.
and cuddle up to your friends and family for Yuletide cheer with a bucket of Kentucky Fried Chicken and put the Kentucky Fried Chicken log in the fireplace, nothing would make you probably happier than cuddling up on your $7,100 hot dog sofa sold at Neiman Marcus for Christmas. That is correct. This Chicago-style couch features an open bun, a leather hot dog pillow with a mustard-painted drizzle, sesame seed embellishments on the back, a tomato, and a pickle. And the sofa will not get to your home for Christmas, but it will get there for January.
For $7,000.
And my question is, if we can go back to that picture for a second.
From Neiman Marcus.
We go back to the hot dog. Jonathan, when was the last time you ate a hot dog with a tomato on it?
That's the other thing I was about to say.
All right.
And then a pickle like that. Like I do relish. I don't know. It's
now the reviews are pretty funny. One review says, "I know what you're thinking. Who would put a tomato?" Oh, I even said it. Who would put a tomato on a hot dog, right? Neiman Marcus? That's who. I know an onion probably would have been better, but this thing literally changed my life. It really ties the room together, and I'm in the envy of all my friends. And then
the only envy I would have is the fact that you have enough money to spend for dumb stuff like that.
And one other review was from Sam on NeimanMarcus.com. Says $7,000 is a lot of money for my buns to sit on this. Does it come with chips?
Okay. Lifelong.
Yes. So any event, Yonathan, we're going to get into answering immigration questions. Why don't you tell everybody what they need to do as I stretch and get ready?
Absolutely. All right, everybody on Facebook, this is the time for you guys to start your watch party. We already shared. I want you guys to share at least 1 or 2 more times before you do this, but right now, I want you guys to also start your watch party. And in order to do that, all you have to do is click the little share button that says or has an arrow pointing to the right. And a couple options down, we have a graphic too. So we want to show you guys exactly how to do this. All right, so press that little share button and then a couple options down. It'll say, start your watch party. I'm doing it right now. It says start a watch party. I have 300 friends online. So those friends online, will actually get a notification from you right now. And then once you do that, just click start, and our video comes straight to your profile. So with that, all your friends see that you're watching this show. You can invite people. I want you guys to also, like I say, every day, go the extra mile and actually invite your friends individually. It's easy to do that. You can also add them and bring them in, or text them. Tell them to start, get them excited. Just like how we get you excited, I want you guys to start getting your friends and family excited about the show. Be like, hey, we're about to get in the meat and potatoes of the show, so now I'm about to share it to you guys. I want you guys to share it to your friends and family. Let's all help each other. Help each other. All right, and everybody on YouTube, you also can kind of do an almost similar thing by sharing and also creating a post. So once you press share, you can create a post and put a little description about the show and press share, and we'll send it to all the people that you follow and follow you on YouTube. And on Instagram, you also can share. Are we still live on Instagram?
Yes, we are.
So you can actually DM this to any of your friends. I'm sure you have a whole list of people in your DMs. So all you have to do, I want everybody who has Instagram to go to Brad Show Live. You saw that right there, our Instagram, at Brad Show Live, and click on the little avatar. It shows us live, and I want you to click that little share button. It's a little arrow. Share it and send it to all of the people that are in your DMs. Just all of them. Slide into those DMs, all right? So everybody, watch party, create a post, and slide into people's DMs. Now, this is what you guys have been waiting for, the meat and potatoes of this show. This is where you guys call in and get your answers to your immigration questions.
Alright, so let's go to Hendricks in Midland, Texas. Hendricks.
Hello, Brad.
How are you?
Good day to you, Brad.
Good day.
Good. Yeah, I have a quick question for you right now.
Yes.
I have a relative who she's a lady, and then she got married. Eventually, she got a citizenship, and then she got divorced from her previous husband. Now she got married. The question that she is trying to get clear is she did a joint tax filing with her previous husband. Though she worked, at that time she worked, but her husband didn't work. So she's asking if she can file for her previous husband with that tax return.
What do you mean previous husband? She's divorced? How do you file for a divorced husband?
No, she got married. She divorced, and now she's married again, right?
And the husband's now ex-husband's asking for an affidavit of support from his ex-wife?
No, the present husband. She's asking if she can use the tax return that she did, joint tax that she did with her former husband, if she can use it to petition for the present husband.
Yes, she would just have to separate what her income was and her ex-husband's income. That's all, of course. So your question is...
How's she going to do that?
Well, she has a W-2. Your question is...
Yes.
Your question is, this woman was married previously to a man sometime in the last 3 years, and during those last 3 years, to an ex-husband, she filed a joint tax return with him. She subsequently divorces this man, has to marries man number 2, but she needs to show 3 years tax returns in order to file for him.
Right.
She would show those joint tax returns. She would just have to be able to prove what was her income and what was her ex-husband's, and that would be from W-2s. If she doesn't have the W-2s, then she has to request it from the IRS copies.
Right, got you. That'll be all. That'll be all.
All right,
thank you.
All right, let's go to Tootie in Knoxville, Tennessee. Tootie.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. You answered my question the other day. My husband is in Pakistan.
Right.
I have another question.
Okay.
Okay, so what is the filing requirement or for a sponsor, the money amount for a single person?
Well, the first step is you got to be 125% above the poverty level for everyone you have to support. So if you're single with no dependents on your tax returns and you're filing for one human being in another country, it's a family of 2 people. You're over $23,000 a year, you're at 125% above the poverty level. Now, Donald Trump has changed the laws, at least certainly for consular processing. For adjustment, it's still the old laws. So for adjustment, it would end there. For consular processing, you now go to step 2, which is they weigh the positives and negatives. What are the positives? Well, how much income do you really earn? Does your husband of working age? Does he have the ability to be able to get a job when he comes to America? Does he have a job offer? Is he going to have medical insurance? Are you collecting government assistance from the government, whether it's Medicaid or food stamps? These are all positive and negative things that they will look into in addition to your income now.
Okay, so the person that's sponsoring us makes $40,000.
Where I didn't say 40,000. Did the word 40,000 ever come out of my mouth?
Pardon?
The word 40,000 never came out of my mouth. I said.
I know.
I said.
I'm just saying.
I just
for
said.
a single person over 100 for two people.
Then you are misunderstanding everything I said. So let me repeat again. The first step. This is for consular processing, meaning your husband's in another country. It's a 2-step process now. Step 1, which we're over here, is you have to go by the old affidavit of support rules. You got to be 125% above the poverty level. What's 125% above the poverty level for a family? $22,000, $23,000, $24,000. If you earn that income, you're above the poverty level. Oh, 125%. Okay, that is step 1 now. Step 2, which is what Donald Trump instituted, is that you want to make sure that the person who's coming to America is going to be able to be self-sufficient, meaning that there is not a chance in hell that they will be collecting government assistance in the future. So what do they do to look at this? They have a balancing, positive factors, negative factors. So what are positive factors? That your petitioner earns a lot of money, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $90,000. Here, positive. Here's another positive factor. He has a job offer. He's going to be working. Positive. Here's another factor. He has an education, so he's capable of getting a job if this first job doesn't work out. Positive. He has a job that's offering him medical insurance. Therefore, he's not going to go on Medicaid, or he's going to be able to be included on his wife's medical insurance, or you've gone out and bought him medical insurance. Positive factors. Here's some negative factors. Wife's on Medicaid. Wife collects government assistance. He's elderly and is not going to be working. He's under 18 and is not going to be working. He has a medical condition that requires a lot of medical care. He's not able to work because he's disabled. Lots of negative factors. Wife lives in government housing. She can't afford her own housing, and now bringing in another human being into government housing. All negative factors, and they weigh it now. So it's not just simply how much you earn.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
You understand?
And that's fine. I don't get any government assistance of any kind.
Great. So now the next step would be, does he have a job offer? Does he have medical insurance? And then is he of working age? Does he have an education? And then these are all positive factors. Then it should be okay.
Fantastic. Thank you, Brad.
You're very welcome. Let's go to Lou in Atlanta, Georgia. Lou.
Hey, Brad. How's it going?
How you doing?
Great. So let me tell you my background real quick. I came here on F1 visa back in 2014 and I applied for asylum and I got approved in 2015, right?
Uh-huh.
Then after 1 year, I applied for my 485 and 10 months after I applied for my 485, they transferred it to an asylum office. And I tried to contact the Congress and
how long has your adjustment
InfoPass.
been pending?
Huh?
How long has it now been pending, your adjustment? You got granted asylum, you filed for adjustment. How long has your adjustment been pending?
Yeah, so it was almost 3 years, but last month I filed the mandamus.
And what happened?
And yesterday I appeared for interview. They sent me an interview, and the interview went.
How long did it take from the mandamus to an interview?
1 month or less.
Exactly. And we'll get to your interview in a second. What a mandamus does, because I say this all the time, it forces the government to give you an interview. It doesn't mean you get a green card. It just means you get your case moving again. And you did this, and you got an interview. Now what happened?
Right. Okay, then I went to the interview, and the interview was very smooth, and after I finished my interview, the officer told me like I should have brought my medical because it already expires.
Okay.
And she said, she need RFE for that. And like today, this morning, when I checked my status, it says it's transferred back to an asylum office.
All right. So that means maybe they're screwing you over again. You submitted your medical? You submitted your medical?
No, I didn't. Like she told me I have to submit
All right.
medical.
So did they give you a letter to submit the medical?
No, she was about to send me the letter, but she said her system wouldn't allow us to upload or something.
So now what you have to do is wait 120 days for them to send you a letter for the medical. Okay. When you get the letter, go do your medical, submit it back. Then you got to wait another 120 days for a decision. If the letter doesn't come within 120 days, or if you submit your medical and it's still another 120 days, guess what you got to do? Another mandamus.
Oh, another mandamus?
Yeah. You have to keep doing it until they approve you. All right? Because this mandamus forced an interview, and then after that, they can send it back and your case will be buried again. So if there's a lesson to be learned here, after you do the mandamus, be prepared to show up with a perfect case to be approved.
Exactly, yeah.
All right. So now wait 120 days. If you don't get you don't get a letter for the medical, another mandamus, you'll get another interview, and then you bring the medical to that interview, and then there's nothing to argue anymore.
Okay. And one thing I noticed is, Brad, when I see the file, they open the file when they interview, right? And the file looks like, they haven't checked it. Like, they haven't checked anything. There wasn't nothing marked on the application that I submitted.
I'm sure.
Yeah, and it looks like nobody checked the application for this long.
Welcome to America. Welcome to immigration. No, your application was collecting dust for 3 years.
Exactly.
They look at it when you show up. Absolutely.
Exactly. And the officer was very nice, and it looks like she confirmed nobody checked it.
That's correct.
And she said, she's going, she said she's going to fix the issue quick. Right. But what I've seen this morning is really frustrating because
exactly.
I was not expecting this,
Right. Well, you may have to do a second mandamus. Let's see what happens. See, every time immigration does something, and then they say, okay, you need something else, whether you got to wait on a decision or you got to wait on an RFE, they have 120 days to do it. So now unfortunately, you got to wait it out and see what happens.
Yeah, and even by the way, she said I can mail it to the office.
Don't mail anything
without their request.
Without their request, the only thing you can do, if you want, is, if she said to do it, I would hand deliver it. I would make an appointment and go hand deliver it to her, or wait for the RFE and just when you go and do the medical, ask the doctor for 2 sealed medicals, so you can bring one down. You only have to take one medical and then have a second one in your hand if they get the RFE. I would do it that way too. If she said
right, but have you ever seen this kind of situation? After interview, they
all the time
transfer back to their
all the time. They screw everybody.
Yeah, it's really sad after waiting all this long. Yep. All right. Anyways, thank you very much, guys, and I appreciate what you guys doing.
Okay, thank you. Okay. All right, but at least you see.
Yeah.
All right, we didn't do his mandamus, but he either did it himself or hired somebody. Mm-hmm. I say it all the time. Mandamus.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Pauline in Westchester. Pauline.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh. Hello?
Pauline.
Yes.
How are you?
Okay. I'm not too bad. Okay, this is my question now. I'm filing without my husband, abused husband. So anyway, I got my social and my work permit, but on the work permit it said I can travel in and out of U.S.
You have advanced parole.
Possible?
If you have if it's advanced parole on your work permit, the answer is yes.
Okay, I was just scared. But don't
stay out for more than 2-3 weeks. Don't stay out for more than 2 or 3 weeks.
Okay, yes, thank you. But now they're telling me now, when I called the lawyer, he said that somebody in the office said for me to get this green card, it's going to be about 3 years. Is that possible?
It's possible. It'll also
2
be
to
tomorrow.
3 years.
It could also be tomorrow. It can also be tomorrow. Every time I talk, she goes, huh? It could also be tomorrow. I don't know when I don't know when your interview is going to be. But it'll be at some point. We see interviews coming in 6-9 months. I just saw on my website on a Google review somebody for an adjustment that I told the woman it was going to be 9 months. And she got her green card start to finish in 5 months. I've seen other people take 3 years. So I don't know. We don't know.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm gonna.
Okay. Let's go. Oh. Sorry about that. I didn't mean to do that. My apologies to her. I cut her off by mistake. Miller in the Bronx.
Yes, Brad.
How are you?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Congratulations for the work that you are doing.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
I have a problem here.
What?
I am here like 3 years.
Right.
I got married to an elderly man here in like 5 months now.
Right.
He went to this lawyer, put in the papers. I paid. He filed like I-130.
Right.
Think that is a notice of action. And I'm
who's
there
the
for a
US,
couple.
who's the U.S. citizen? This disabled man?
No, I'm not here on visa.
Who is the
U.S.
Who is the U.S. citizen?
Who is the U.S.? Oh, the gentleman is the U.S. citizen.
Okay,
Sorry.
so you need a green card. How did you come to America?
I come through. Come through. Right, okay.
What, I don't know what come through. I don't know what come through. What does come through okay mean? Did you come here on a visa?
I got a visa.
Okay.
I got a visa.
So why is he not filed? Why is he not filed an adjustment application for you?
I think it's that he said an adjustment, but the lawyer only filed a I-35. He hasn't put in no more papers.
An I-130. Then you're going to the wrong lawyer.
Sorry,
you're going to the wrong lawyer. If you
I know.
Okay. If you're married to a U.S. citizen, you should be filing an I-130, an I-485, an I-765, an I-131, an I-864.
I-130.
The entire adjustment.
I-130.
Just list. Stop
I-140. I'm sorry.
Just listen.
Yes.
If you're hiring a lawyer, you don't need to write all these forms down. You should go to the lawyer and you should say, why didn't you file my adjustment application? And if the lawyer has half a brain, a quarter of a brain, 1/10 of a brain, has ever handled an immigration case before, would know that if you're married to a U.S. citizen, you came here on a visa, you file a full adjustment. And if he says anything other than, I screwed up, sorry about that, then you're with the wrong guy or lady. All right? Because the most basic thing in the world, the most basic case for an immigration lawyer is you're married to an American citizen, came here on a visa, you file an adjustment, not an I-130, and then. Now I'm going to listen to you.
What he's saying, Brad, he's saying no. He only sent off one paper. All the rest of documents, he put my children on it, and all the rest of documents, he's sitting there in his office. He said that I have to pay some tax. I said, I don't have a work permit, so how should I? Yes, I have to go back and pay tax and bring tax ID and all this kind of stuff. So I don't know.
All right, then come see me. All right, we'll figure it out.
Okay.
All right, hold on one second.
Thank you.
Come figure it out. All right. Let's go to Andrea in Orlando, Florida. Andrea. Let's go to Conroy in Bridgeport. Conroy.
Hey, Brad, what's up, man?
How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. All right. I got two questions, but let me give you my background first. All right. 2014.
Yes.
I got married. So my wife filed for me. I moved here 2016, right?
Right.
But unfortunately, like 4 months ago, we got divorced. Okay. So I'm just wondering, like in the future when I want to do like citizenship, will that be okay?
Do you have a 10-year green card?
Yes, I do.
All right. So when you entered the U.S., you were already married for more than 2 years?
Yes.
And when you came, you got married in 2014. You entered 2016. You have some evidence. You have some evidence somewhere that between 2016 and some period until you separated, you and her lived together.
Yes.
Then you have no worries, okay? Even if you live together for a week, it doesn't matter. You got divorced, you got divorced. No one says you have to stay in an unhappy marriage. So 2000.
Because we got like a bank account together, but we didn't file taxes together.
But that's fine. You have some evidence that you lived with her. That's all that matters. You have some evidence it was a bona fide marriage. You now got divorced. You got your green card in 2016 and 2021. You can file for your citizenship.
Okay. One more question now.
Yes.
And I found that I got a child. Like I moved here the July and the child born the June. The paperwork was already in. I think I did something wrong. When I reached at the embassy here, they asked me if I have any kids back home. I think I told them no.
All right. So one second. So Conroy, what you're telling me, okay, and this is a substantial thing, is that you had a child outside of marriage in your home country when you were supposed to be in a bona fide marriage with your wife, and then you lied to the government and said you have no children because if they knew you had a child out of wedlock, they would question the bona fides of the marriage. And then you came here to America and you and your wife got divorced, which would add to the suspicion that this was not a good marriage, which would lead me to believe, why would you tell the world all of this? You should come have a private consultation with me. So hold on one second, Conroy. That's correct. We don't. This is not confidential. The whole world is hearing.
Thousands of people are watching.
Whole world. Andrea in Orlando. Andrea.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
I'm not bad. And you?
Good. What's going on?
Okay, I have a question for a friend. I have a friend. She got her biometrics along with her daughter.
Yes.
A biometric appointment, but what her daughter's Jamaican passport is expired. So my question is, should she reschedule for her daughter's appointment?
No, if she got the biometric already and she didn't show the daughter didn't show up, just show up on any Wednesday with the receipt. They'll let her in and do it. Don't try to reschedule. Just go. Just go on a Wednesday. They'll let you in.
With the expired passport or with a new one?
Well, if you have a new one, it's better than an expired one, but show up with something.
Show with something?
Yes.
Okay.
All right? But if you have a new one, much better, okay?
Okay.
All right.
All right, thank you.
Let's go to Laddie in Bismarck, North Dakota. Laddie.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
What can I do to help you?
So I have this issue. I played the DV lottery.
You played it?
2000 and let's say apply or play.
Yeah, you applied, right?
Yeah, I applied for the DV lottery 2014.
Right.
So I got married 2015. 2016, I was called that I was selected. So I was made to understand that when you go for the interview, you're supposed to give the information that you filled at the time you applied for the DV. If you played single, if you applied single, you're supposed to give that information. So I went to the embassy and I had my interview. During the interview, I was asked if I was married, and with the understanding that I had to give the information, I filled in the form. I told them no, I was not married. So I came here 2000 and
Yonathan, you're 1 second. Let me ask Yonathan as a third party.
All right.
Okay. Would you believe, now listening to this, okay, that when she filled out, I'm just asking Yonathan seriously, and then we're going to help you, okay? Because I'll tell you what I think after.
Okay.
All right. Did you hear what she said?
Yes.
She applied for the visa lottery.
Yes.
Okay, in 2014, she was single. She got married in 2015. When she went to the embassy, she said she was single because she was led to believe that she was supposed to answer how her application was in 2014 instead of what the present situation was.
Right.
Do you believe that?
No.
No, I don't believe that either.
So the thing is, when you apply, you don't know you'll be selected.
I understand that, but now you made basically a misrepresentation. You said you were single when you were married. Nobody's going to buy that one.
I was single when I was married.
You were. You went to embassy and you filled out forms that says you were
Oh,
single when
yes.
you're married. Nobody buys that. That's not a good excuse. I'm just telling you the truth. All right, you made a misrepresentation. You're here now, and now you want to get your husband. All right, explain.
Okay, let me explain everything that has gone to, like, what my worry is. So, when he went to the embassy, he was denied a visa. And the reason why he was denied a visa is because at the time I came to the United States, I was married. But when they asked me if I was married, I told them I was single. I told them I was not married. Yes, I was single. So I don't know what
because so you just answered. They answered what I said and what Yonathan said is nobody buys that excuse. So they're saying there's some lying, some misrepresentation, and they can't take it out on you because you're already here, but they're going to take it out on your husband. So, but nobody believes. That's not believable what you said. Just not a believable situation. That you answered the questions as you understood it from 2 years ago. So I think at this point you would need a consultation, and I think we have to figure out how to, navigate all of this. And my opinion, without knowing a lot about this, would be that I would argue as a lawyer, because this is what misrepresentation is. Is it a material fact? Material meaning that if we knew this information, we would have come up with a different decision, or it would have affected the decision of whether to give you a green card or not. For the visa lottery, whether you are single or married has no effect, zero effect on whether you would have gotten that green card. If you showed up in 2016 and said I'm single, or you said I'm married, you would have had the same, I would argue, you would have the same resolution, which is you would have gotten your green card. Because
no, I have the green card.
You're not listening to me.
Oh, okay.
You're not listening to me. Okay? Everything you said is not believable. They are saying you lied. You made a misrepresentation. You said you were single when you were married. It's a big freaking lie. You're a liar. You already got your green card, and now you want to get your husband here. Well, we don't give green cards to liars. That's what they're saying. And you come up with an excuse that says, well, I thought that. Nobody believes that. It's not a believable story. So I'm saying to you, you're going about this all the wrong way. The argument should be, if I was your lawyer, this is what my argument would be. It was not material, meaning it didn't matter whether you were single or married, because the same result, the same result would have happened. You would have got a green card. Whether you lied or told the truth on your marriage had no effect on you getting a green card, because you won the visa lottery, and the only thing you got to prove for the visa lottery is here's my winning ticket and I graduated high school. Period. So, that's what I would do if I was your lawyer. All right, so hold on 1 second. You want to tell me more? I think you've said enough. You need a consultation before you stick your foot in your mouth.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Omar in Carlsbad, New Mexico. Omar. Omar.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm okay. How about you?
Good. What's going on?
I got a question. I think my case is pretty complicated, but here's the deal.
Yes.
I came in 1999 without a status. In 2001, employer A filed a petition I-140 for me.
Right.
When
this is the important question. When in 2001?
April 30th. I'm sorry. I forgot to mention that.
So you're 245I.
Correct. That's the thing. So anyhow, my employer went out of business, and he never followed up with the request from immigration.
Okay.
Because he went out of business. So pretty much the application was abandoned.
Okay.
So now my son turns 21 year old.
Uh-huh.
And we submit an application, I-130,
yes,
485, and 65, the whole deal.
How did you come to the United States, Omar?
Without a status, illegally, pretty much.
All right, so if you entered without inspection, and you had a labor application filed before April 30th, 2001, the regulations say every labor application filed before April 30th, 2001 is a bona fide application. So as long as you have a bona fide application in before April 30th, 2001, and it was denied because your employer went out of business, you're grandfathered, you should be able to pay a penalty fee. That's my answer. No matter what immigration says.
Oh, okay, here's the deal. I just had my interview on Monday.
Yes.
Here in El Paso, Texas.
Right.
And the officer didn't deny my application, my petition pretty much, but he gave me a letter for 30 days to bring more evidence, which he said that my application should have the labor certification approved in order for me to grant that.
That is not the law.
Correct. But I need a lawyer like you to represent me.
Correct. Hold on one second. We're all in agreement with Omar. Oh, that's good. Yeah, finally. Somebody agrees with Brad.
Correct.
Hold on one second, Omar.
Yes, because...
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. We went through 9 calls. Nobody agreed with me until Omar.
Is that what you were waiting for?
I was waiting for somebody to agree with me. All right. So in today's Smart, Bernstein attorney close-up, partner and immigration attorney Shannon Laguerre-McGrath gives a tip on how to make it easier for your attorney to get you the best results in your case. Let's watch.
One way a client can make a case much easier for an attorney is by telling the truth. I emphasize that all the time. I don't know how many situations I've had where a client decided not to tell the truth, and if they had told the truth, I would have been able to assist them and actually be able to get either their green card or be able to keep them in the country. I think it's so imperative to be able to be honest with your attorney, to explain to them even things that you may think is not important, but explain it to them. If you've been arrested, you should tell your attorney that. I had a case not too long ago where the client didn't think it would show up because she had already done her fingerprints. And of course it showed up when we went into the interview. So again, it's really important to be very honest with your attorney so they might be able to assist you in being able to get the best result for you.
Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. All right, Andrew in Panama City, Florida. Andrew.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, Brad.
What's going on?
Thank you all for the good work that you put it in.
My pleasure. What's going on?
So I got an interview date, but I missed the interview date back in February. So my case got denied. I filed a 290B, and I got my case reopened in July. I filed for the work permit, which I got. So how long you think afterwards I can get an interview?
I'm going to ask the Magic 8 Ball when you're going to get an interview. You got denied. You made a motion to reopen. It got granted. Just so you know, when you make your motion to reopen to get granted because your first interview got denied for whatever reason, you're at the back of the line. It's as if you filed again. So when was your motion, before I ask the Magic 8 Ball, when was your motion granted?
It was granted in July.
All right. So somewhere between 9 months to 3 years from July, you will get your interview. To get an exact answer beyond that, I would have to ask the Magic 8 Ball.
I don't think he needs
So, what would you suggest me doing? A mandamus or something to try to speed it up?
No, because the government hasn't done anything wrong until they haven't scheduled you for 12 months from when the motion was granted. So next July, if you still don't have an answer, then you would do a mandamus.
Okay.
All right, so hang in there.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. All right, let's go to Cassandra in Philadelphia. Cassandra.
Hi, good night, Brad.
How are you?
I'm good so far. I have 2 questions.
Yes.
In January coming, I'm planning on applying for my citizenship.
Yes.
However, I wanted to know if it's possible I could file for my son. He's 31 years old and he's also married.
Not until you're a citizen.
Yeah, I know, not until I'm a citizen.
Yeah,
I was wondering if I could do it.
Once you're a citizen, yes, but it's going to be about 10, 12 years.
Oh, wow. Okay, the next question is, I met a lady friend a few years ago, and she's from Jamaica. What she told me is that years ago, like maybe 20-something years ago,
right,
she was granted a visa. But at the time, she was living with a man who she wasn't married to. When she went to apply for the visa, she applied for the visa in his name. Like she take on his name.
Right.
However, she and that person break up. She met somebody else. She got married. All the time she was living in Jamaica. It's been like 12, 13 years. He came down and he got married to her. She just came up like a year ago, and he filed for her now.
Now
they went for it.
And they said, they went for an interview, and they said, wait a second, you lied 30 years ago and said you were married when you weren't. They're catching everybody.
So they went back in the system and find out that.
So she has to go. I'm going to tell you what needs to happen now. She needs to go to the National Record Center in Jamaica, do a search through all 14 parishes, prove there was never a marriage to this man, and then go back to immigration, say, you see, I'm not a bigamist, I'm basically a liar, misrepresentation, and then file a waiver.
Okay, she I was trying to explain to her that she could use you, but she's all the way in Connecticut. Is it possible she could use you from there?
She can, and we have an office in Connecticut in Hartford.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. I'll let her know.
Yeah, and by the way, we can handle cases in all 50 states. So hold on. All right, let's go to Daisy in Columbia, South Carolina. Daisy. Daisy.
Hello?
Hi.
Yeah.
Daisy? That's your name?
Yeah, brother, I had a quick question.
Yeah.
I had a pending misdemeanor charge in Columbia, South Carolina here, but it is time for me to remove the condition of my green card. So...
Well, go do it because you got to file it, but they're not going to make a decision until they see what happens with your criminal case.
Oh, okay. They're not going to make a decision.
What's the misdemeanor for?
Item represented. Receiving item represented as stolen.
All right, so some sort of stolen property. Go file. Hopefully it doesn't turn into anything deportable, but your case will be pending until the resolution to the criminal case.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Let's go to Umar in Cuba. I don't know if we've ever taken a call from Cuba before. Umar, how are you?
Hi, good evening, Mr. Brad.
How are you?
Well, I'm from Cuba, but I'm here in Rochester, New York.
Oh, you're in Rochester, New York. I don't know why they said that you're calling from Cuba then. Okay. I've taken calls from Rochester, New York, that's for sure. I know you're Cuban, but it says you were calling from Cuba. I'm like, wow, I didn't even know we could take calls from Cuba.
I'm sorry about that, Mr. Brad.
No problem. I was thinking to myself, wow, I didn't even know if Cuba, maybe you know the answer. I don't even know the answer. Can you call from Cuba to the United States? Is that even possible?
Yeah, you can. Yeah,
okay,
you can.
Fine.
It's really expensive, but you can, yeah.
Oh, it's very expensive to do it. And people don't have the money to do it.
Yeah.
Right, okay. All right, so what's going on?
All right, Mr. Brad, I got like two questions for you. I got here in the country in 2013. I got my green card in 2015. And
okay. How'd you get your green card?
I made some stupid mistakes, so I got arrested twice. First in 2015, and then one this year. How would that affect my when I apply for my citizenship?
What were your stupid mistakes? And how did you get your green card? Second, what were your stupid mistakes?
Okay, I got my green card for the Cuban Adjustment Act, the CU6.
Got it.
Yep.
All right, and then which is that you were here for more than a year in Cuban, and you can just get your green card. And what was your stupid mistakes?
Well, I was arrested for petty larceny.
And what happened with that?
Like shoplifting.
What happened with the case?
Well, they both were dismissed. I got the ACD.
Both
That's
were
what
ACD? When was the last ACD?
Well, there is. I'm actually right now. This one they gave me 6 months and expired in March next year, the 17th.
Right. So 5 years from March of next year, that's when you file your citizenship.
Well, that's the question. I'm married. I got married last month with the U.S. citizen, so we both got married.
So then it's going to be 3 years if you're in a bona fide marriage with a U.S. citizen. You didn't have to get your green card through the U.S. citizen. As long as you can prove you're in a bona fide marriage with a U.S. citizen, then it's 3 years. But you can't prove good moral character until the ACD is done, which would be March. So presuming you remain in a bona fide marriage with your U.S. citizen spouse for several years, it would be March 2023 when you file your citizenship. Also presuming you don't do anything else stupid.
Yeah, well, in 2023, my green card should expire. So is that a good idea to apply for my citizenship that time?
Yeah,
or?
you do both.
I mean, I shouldn't have any problem for that, right?
You will not.
Unless
both cases were dismissed. Number one. Number two, they can't deport you anyway because Cuba doesn't take back anybody from the United States. But number three, you don't have any cases that would make you ineligible for citizenship other than you got to wait out this good moral character.
Okay, so I should be fine. Can become a citizen, right?
2023, yes.
Yeah, okay. And my other question is, Mr. Brad, so right after I finish my pending ACD, I'm planning next year to go to Barcelona, to Spain. Is that a good thing? Can I travel?
As long as you don't have any criminal record, yes. You have arrests and they were dismissed. Travel with both dismissals, so if there's any problem with the airport, you can show them.
Yeah, I spoke with my lawyer first, and then he told me, yeah, I was charged with petty larceny, but I was not convicted. Therefore, no prior record, no police record.
If both cases were ACD, that's adjourned in contemplation.
Both of them were ACD.
Then you do not have a criminal record. Just wait out the end of the ACD and don't do anything else stupid. Travel with the 2 dispositions showing it went from ACD to dismissed, and you'll be fine.
So the best advice for you is wait then the 3 years and then apply for my citizenship, right?
Correct. You can apply for your citizenship now. Nothing bad will happen to you. You're just going to waste your time and money. So wait the 3 years for good moral character.
Okay, but definitely I would become a
correct. Assuming you stay in a bona fide marriage with your spouse, assuming you don't do anything else stupid, the answer is yes.
Okay, so what if I want to hire you for representing me at the time of the interview? Is that possible?
Then call me in 2023. I'll be around.
I would feel more comfortable.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, my first client for 2023.
There we go.
All right.
23.
4 years from now.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Felicia, Pontiac.
Why?
Felicia.
Why?
Don't make me say bye, Felicia.
I knew you was gonna say
Don't make me say bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Had to say it.
I
Bye,
had to
Felicia.
say it, right? Bye, Felicia.
Yeah.
All right. So, by the way, we are live on Instagram, and you can follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein if you didn't get your immigration questions answered. And I know who you are. You are part of the Brad Squad. You can follow me on Instagram. Drop me a DM. I'll try to help you answer your question. You can also follow us at Bradshaw Live. You can watch us live on @Bradshaw Live on Instagram. You can also see the best clips and behind the scenes from Bradshaw Live on Instagram. You can also follow us on Facebook at Bradshaw Live, YouTube at Bradshaw Live. Please subscribe. Please follow on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Instagram. And of course, Yonathan Yo-Yo Elias, anything for you?
You can follow me at Yonathan Elias TV.
All right. So, Yonathan, you had gone out on the street to see how well people do answering U.S. citizenship questions. When you go on your U.S. citizenship interview, they ask you basic questions about U.S. citizenship and history. Yonathan went on the streets to see if people born in the United States would actually pass their naturalization test. Let's watch.
What's up, Brad Squad? It's your boy, Yonathan Elias, out here in the streets of New York. All right, listen. Those who want to become a naturalized U.S. citizen have to pass the USCIS naturalization test, which includes an English and civics test. I barely knew the answers. Let's see if you know the answers and actually ask these people on the streets too, all right? Let's go. many amendments does the Constitution have?
13. Sorry, 10? Sorry, is it a multiple choice?
It is.
Okay, give me those.
A, 10, B, 27, C, 23, D, 21.
27.
I think it's 21.
I think 23.
Okay, now I'm thinking it's like 27.
27.
Okay,
There
great.
you go. The United States Constitution is the supreme law of the United States. The Constitution has 27 amendments. Amendments are changes to the Constitution. Congress added the first 10 amendments in 1791. They're called the Bill of Rights. Since then, Congress and the states added more amendments. The 27th Amendment was added just in 1992. Bonus question, can you name 3?
The 14th Amendment that like abolished slavery.
That's the 13th Amendment.
13th Amendment abolished slavery.
Are the amendments the ones that are like, you don't like, you know, free speech?
Yes.
Oh,
That's one.
okay. The right to bear arms, freedom of speech, the right to vote.
There you go.
First Amendment, freedom of speech. Second Amendment, the right to bear arms.
Free speech, bear arms with a well-regulated militia.
Okay, say that again.
I can vote.
There you go. All right. What's the one reason colonists came to America? Was it A, for their experience traveling across the ocean?
Okay.
B, freedom. C, to join a civic group? Or D, none of the above?
I think D.
D, freedom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
B.
Freedom.
Yeah.
Freedom. Well, religious freedom.
Colonists came to America because they wanted political liberty, religious freedom, and economic opportunity. The United States is a country where individual rights and self-government are important. This has always been true. Colonists first came to America for more freedom. Both the president and the vice president can no longer serve. Who becomes president? A, the Speaker of the House, Secretary of State, Secretary of Treasury, President pro tempore.
Secretary of State.
Is it second Speaker of the House?
I thought it was the Speaker of the House.
Speaker of the House.
I think it's the Secretary of State. Is it Speaker of the House?
The Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House is the leader of the House of Representatives. If both the president and the vice president can no longer serve, the Speaker of the House becomes the president of the United States. This has never occurred in American history. Right now, the Speaker of the House is Nancy Pelosi. There were 13 original states. Can you name 3?
Oh God, states. Virginia.
Okay.
New York.
There you go.
And trying to think. Massachusetts.
There you go.
Virginia. Delaware.
Right?
I think Maryland was one.
I would say Virginia.
There you go.
New Hampshire.
Louisiana. New York, Pennsylvania, Virginia.
There you go.
Virginia, Delaware. Maryland was one. Maryland?
Good job.
Yes.
All right. The 13 original states were New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Who wrote the Declaration of Independence? Was it A, Thomas Jefferson, B, Abraham Lincoln, C, James Madison, or D, George Washington?
The first one.
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
What was A again?
Thomas Jefferson.
I think it's C.
James Madison.
Yeah.
I think it was Madison.
Thomas Jefferson.
Oh my God, I knew this.
Thomas Jefferson wrote the Declaration of Independence. Thomas Jefferson was an important political leader and thinker. He wanted to create a government for United States that protected individual rights. The ideas in the Declaration helped shape American government. These ideas are still important today. When was the Constitution written? Was it A, 1787, B, 1789, C, 1790, or D, 1776?
1776.
Either A or D.
You're actually right. So which one is it?
D.
D. 1776.
A.
What?
1787.
1776.
1787. Everybody's got this one wrong. The Constitution was written in 1787. The American Army won the War of Independence in 1783, and for several years, the United States was governed by a Congress of Representatives from the state. But in 1787, delegates for the states met in Philadelphia to create a stronger federal government. They wrote the Constitution that gave the framework for the government that we have today. What did the Emancipation Proclamation do? A. Gave the United States independence from Great Britain. B. Ended World War I. C. Gave women rights to vote. Or D. Freed slaves in the southern states.
Freed slaves.
There you go.
Yes, I know that.
D. You better have got that.
A.
Slaves from the South.
I like that. Emancipation Proclamation freed the slaves, quote unquote. Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863 during the Civil War. It said that slaves in the southern states were free. Slaves could join the United States Army. 185,000 African Americans fought in the Civil War. They fought for the Union and for the freedom. Name one of the two longest rivers in the United States. Is it A, Rio Grande River, B, Ohio River, C, Mississippi River, or D, Colorado River?
I believe it's the Mississippi.
What was B again?
Ohio River.
I think the Mississippi.
Mississippi.
You know, I want to say Mississippi, but I'm afraid it just is throwing me off. I know nothing about the Ohio River or Rio Grande, so I'll say Colorado.
Go with your gut instinct, Mississippi. The two longest rivers in the United States are the Missouri River and the Mississippi River. The Missouri River starts in Montana. It joins the Mississippi River in the state of Missouri. The Mississippi River runs through 10 U.S. states. It starts in Minnesota near the border we share with Canada. It ends in Louisiana. Native Americans used the rivers for trade, food, and water. People still use these rivers to transport products. Well, there you have it. It wasn't too bad. I actually surprised myself. I hope that you guys surprised yourself as well, because I have faith in you. I'm going to check in the comments to see who actually got the right answers, though. Let's go back to the studio.
All right, we have something we like to call social media checking. That's a good surprise. Ready yet, baby.
All right.
All right.
Our first one comes from Claudia saying, how long does it take to get a green card appointment via consular processing after one's I-140 is approved? Please this is from 29 Super C.
Well, you gotta go through the National Visa Center, but assuming the priority dates are current, maybe 6, 7, 8 months.
All right. So my question is, remember last time when I told you that I filed an
Do I remember?
Well, that's what they said.
Okay, I will remember. Yes, I do remember.
Filed an is there an I-90?
The I-90 to replace the green card, yes.
Okay, so I-90, okay. I already did my fingerprints. So now the question is, can I go and get a stamp on my passport now to travel, or go to
get
make
a stamp
appointment?
to travel. Go get a stamp to travel.
Okay.
When you do your fingerprints, they should stamp your passport, actually.
Okay.
So everybody gets their passport stamped when you do the fingerprints.
Awesome. All right, Brandon White saying my I-130 has it been approved? The letter said that they'll get back to me within 30 days. After 30 days is up, how long will a visa be available? So my dad filed for me. He's a U.S. citizen living in Jamaica. And the dad got the letter December 5th, 2019. And like I said the I-130 was approved.
Got a letter.
Yes.
The I-130 was approved. When I need to know more information. How old are you? Are you single? Are you married?
Oh, yeah, it's a lot.
What letter are you referring to? How old you are?
Yes. Okay. Sam Marine saying, hey, sir, I'm not sure if this is... Okay, they weren't sure if this was the right place to seek the answer or advice, so it is the right place, Sam Marine. So now I have a regular job in India. My wife is getting an opportunity to work in USA under an H-1B visa. As a husband, her company is... providing an H-4 to me. My question is, if my country permits me to do work from home, WFH, can I work from home under an H-4 visa getting Indian salary after traveling to the USA? Is it legal to do WFH from the US earning Indian salary under H-4, or should they travel under leave of absence only? What other options are there?
You can't be employed in the United States of America. I don't fully understand he wants to be in the United States, work in the United States, and be paid by an international company that's still working in the United States. Any way you look at it, doesn't matter who pays you. You're working in the U.S.
Okay. Joy saying, what if I still have a pending adjustment of status, but my baby has food stamps? They denied my application for the food stamps, but approved my baby. Does it affect my pending status?
Denied your adjustment of status? If they denied your adjustment of status, yeah, your status is affected.
It says they denied my application for the food stamps, but they approved my baby.
Yes, because you're not entitled to food stamps. Only a U.S. citizen would be. You wouldn't be. And if you applied for food stamps, yes, that will affect your adjustment of status.
Ryan Tracy is saying, how long should you give USCIS to respond to I-130 visa petition for out-of-country spouse? The website suggests current wait times for the U.S. citizen husband, which is that person filing for the I-130 for my Cambodian wife via California application processing time is about 8 to 9 months.
Most is 12 months, but hopefully it's 8 to 9 months.
Okay, Kathy's asking for a friend. If someone is caught with 56 grams of marijuana, will that prevent them from ever getting a green card? Or is there any waiver that person can eventually use to help them?
If you're found guilty of that, you will never get a green card.
Oscar saying, hey, Sensei Brad.
Yes.
I have an aunt that has never been to the U.S. undocumented. She has 2 daughters with her LPR husband. However, he is extremely ill right now. What type of options do you have for them to come to the USA? They're from Mexico.
What, the option to do what?
Bring them here. Their husband, her husband. It seems to move. I don't know.
I don't know. Are you a U.S. citizen? Who is this to them?
The husband is a LPR, and it's for their aunt, Oscar's aunt. Her husband is an LPR, and he's very ill.
So he has a green card. So what's the problem?
She has 2 daughters with her LPR husband, so how can they get here?
The daughters are over 21, under 21?
We don't know that.
All I can tell you is paint the fence and give me more information.
Okay, Angie Love saying, I'm so thrilled and super excited to hear Brad talk about the Orange Man and help people with immigration questions.
Thank you.
So that's the statement.
Basically, you've just described the entire show.
Yes.
Brad says hello to me. He talks about an Orange Man and then helps people with immigration.
There you go.
And then he says goodbye.
Yes.
That's basically, if anyone needed to describe the show, I think you've basically succinctly said it.
Thank you, Angie Love.
Right.
All right, Tootie saying, what is the poverty level for a single individual to sponsor an applicant? The person who wants to sponsor my husband according to the guidelines, but email from embassy says they don't.
If you remember, I said it's a two-step process now. One is you got to be 125% above the poverty level, and then number 2 is you got to do that positive-negative balancing act.
All right. Earl saying, my question is there still renewal of EAD card, and how long does it take to file? 6 months for the application of your current EAD card.
You do it 4 months beforehand. You're allowed 180 days beyond the expiration of your work permit to work legally if you have a pending work permit renewal.
Baliabe saying, happy Friday the 13th, Brad Squad. Nope, nothing. All right.
I think that woman is now dead.
She's dead. She's been screaming for us.
She was screaming, but
Dang,
now she's dead.
Sorry.
Yes.
All right. Can USCIS website give you wrong information on your AOS? It's been almost 1 month since the day they scheduled an interview, never got a letter, and updated to no-show interview.
Well, if that letter was supposed to come on Friday the 13th.
Nope, she's dead.
She is
she's
dead.
Gone. Yeah.
All right, so what is the question now?
So, oh, she's back. Whoa, oh, she's making up. She's making up for lost time.
they took the gag out of her
Yeah,
mouth.
right. That means that this is good for her.
Yeah,
she got the gag out.
She's maybe escaping from Jason.
So can USCIS website give you wrong information on AOS? It's been almost 1 month since the day the scheduled
the website gives wrong information all the time. And by the way, in horror movies, it's always like, we should open this door, right?
Right. Oh my gosh. Feeling like it's Almost Halloween.
Yeah.
All right, so Cindy saying, can I have my documents right in front of me to help me remember stuff during the citizenship interview?
Say it again.
Can I have my documents right in front of me during the citizenship interview to help them remember stuff?
And by the way, Oscar Cruz says, hi, Sensei. I just want to get back. My aunt's husband is extremely ill, dying. His daughters are under 21. The answer is yes, they should be able to come here. Let him file for the children or they're following to join, but we can certainly help. And obviously, we don't want anyone to pass away, and let's get this done fast.
So you can actually have your documents in front of you to help you remember stuff during the citizenship interview?
1 second, those are two different things. You can't have a cheat sheet in front of you.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, so when someone says documents to me, it's like, can I have my green card in front of me?
No, to help me remember stuff.
No, you can't have a cheat sheet in front of you.
That's what I was saying.
No.
Like, what? You could do that?
No.
I'm about to say, that's a new rule. I didn't know about that.
No, well, the documents to me means
but then I also said to help me remember stuff.
To help me remember when I got my green card, to help me remember.
Oh, okay, that you can't.
Yes,
but do you need that for your citizenship interview?
Yeah, if they ask you when did you get your green card, let me look. I don't remember.
Oh, okay, but not like
who was the
how
first
many?
president?
Right.
Right.
How many?
No, it's not like I have a history book in front of me.
Okay, no, yeah. All right, Miles Evans saying, please, if immigration said they will reschedule your interview, how long will it take for them to send another interview letter?
I have no idea.
Yeah, listen. Guer. Guer, I don't know how to say that. I came to the U.S. with a K-1 visa. My case is ready for a green card interview. But me and my wife got in trouble, got trouble between us. If she shows up to the interview, then talks badly, can I get in trouble? We have a son together.
Of course you can get in trouble. She could say a lot of things. Right?
Yeah.
She could come in and say, this man married me for a green card. He paid me $10,000. He raped me, and that's why we have a son together. I mean, she can say almost anything. Why do you think that she can't lie on you? People can lie on you all the time.
What should I do?
I think he needs to come and discuss what his options are.
All right.
This question is, can someone go in and lie? People could go and lie all day long.
All day long. All right, last one for now is Adesumbo saying, thank you for your great show. I just want to know, how soon can someone who came into the U.S. with an immigrant visa travel outside the U.S.?
The next day.
And how long can one stay outside
Not more
for the
than
US?
6 months. It's a green card.
There you go.
So earlier this year, Yonathan, I had spoken with social entrepreneur Mohamed Malim. Now, Mohamed is the founder of the online site Dream Refugee and a company called Epimonia, which recycles refugee life jackets into bracelets. His own family's refugee story is what inspired him to create his own business that makes a difference in people's lives. Let's watch. Mohamed Malim is an innovator, social entrepreneur, humanitarian, and visionary. Above all else, he is a proud refugee working to bring change to the world. Mohamed is the founder of the online site Dream Refugee and a startup company called Epimonia, which recycles refugee life jackets into bracelets, mixing fashion and philanthropy to shine a spotlight on the global refugee crisis. Here to tell us about his own family's refugee story and about Dream Refugee and Epimonia is Mohamed Malim. Thanks for joining me today, Mohamed. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Brad, for having me.
So where are you right now?
Minnesota, up north.
You were not born in the United States. Tell me where you were born.
I was born in Kenya. We fled from the civil war in Somalia during the 1990s, and on the way I was born in Kenya in a refugee camp called Dadaab, as known one of the biggest refugee complexes in the world right now.
How long were you in Dadaab refugee complex?
I was there roughly 3 years. It was me and my younger brother, Mustafa, who was a year younger than me. And there were stories that my mom told me that it was scary, you know. She had to sacrifice the middle of the night for us just to seek food and shelter. So it was one of those memories that we don't usually talk about.
How long were they in that refugee camp?
For 3 years.
Who runs that refugee camp? Do you know? Is
that
the United Nations?
UNHCR.
How did your family end up in the United States and you up?
So we first landed in Texas. That was our first destination. That's when UNHCR provided a lottery for us to come to Texas. We lived there for a year. It was literally, you were getting dropped in the middle of nowhere. My dad was a janitor at a local hotel. My mom took care of me and my younger brother at that time. And then how we ended up in Minnesota was there were Lutheran churches that sponsored us who were active in the refugee crisis. And that's how we ended up in Minnesota. So
how old were you when you made it to Minnesota?
I was 4 years old.
And did your parents speak any English when they got here?
Zero. So my mom went to several after-school programs while my dad was working. It was just tough on her because not knowing that language was a barrier, and for that there were times that when we had to translate, just to let her know like this is the process of knowing that was kind of difficult. So
you basically spoke Somali when you got here. You were speaking Somali at home. Do you remember as a child that it was very difficult for you to learn English?
Not really. I went to all Somali charter school. Some of my peers were speaking in English, not in Somali, but it was just like a mix of culture, where sometimes we infused the Somali language into the English language. The language barrier was not that difficult for me.
What was it like being exposed to the American culture when you went to school growing up, and then coming back? I assume you still had that Somali culture. And were you in a neighborhood with other Somalis, or were you the only Somali family there?
I was in the neighborhood with other Somali. It was a quite a balance for me going to a suburban high school, learning the language, learning the culture, and how the whole thing operates. Where coming back in the inner city, that's where I grew up, going back to the house and just, fitting and just learning the language itself as Somali and just fitting in was a balance. But I've managed to balance those two cultures.
Your formative years of everything you remember is American and nothing else. Even though you don't have a birth certificate that says you were here, to me, you're American just as much as me.
Indeed.
Do you feel American? Do you feel like you're still a refugee? And tell me, what does this website do and what inspired you to do it?
Yes, I feel reconnected to the refugee experience in a way. I was born in a refugee camp, but it brought me experiences that my mom told me when she was in a refugee camp. Those experiences, having that connection was huge. The reason why I started Dream Refugee was basically during my junior year in college when our current president came to St. Cloud during his presidential campaign. He literally backlashed the whole Somali community with the negative rhetoric, calling them ISIS, calling them these people are coming here to take over the country, which was false, and for that's what inspired me. And the fact that my parents worked extremely hard to provide us, that's how I was inspired to start this project. I literally interviewed local successful refugees. We wanted to change the narrative of refugees because we don't hear those success stories in the media, and that's the angle I took.
If you go on this website, that's what you're going to see. You're going to see stories, inspiring stories of refugees who are successful, who are good people, to counter this Trump narrative. So I wonder, you think if Hillary Clinton won, you would have done this?
To be honest, absolutely not. It was just a moment of in the presence, like I had to do something about this. For me, I wanted to play my role in humanity, and that was another way that I wanted to start this project. If Hillary won this, it will be another day, in Minnesota. So
how many people do you feature on this website?
We have 20. 20
so far. You also started a company called Epimonia. What does Epimonia mean?
It means perseverance in Greek. When a refugee flees from their country, they persevere so much pain, so much obstacles throughout the journey, and at the end of the journey, finally made it. And all those challenges at first was difficult. They made it to their second country.
What does Epimonia do?
We take these recycled life jackets and turn into bracelets. One of the products is the bracelet, as you can see. Really cool bracelet. Literally, you standing up for humanity. When you wear this bracelet, it's a symbol of hope, a love, towards refugees, and just creating awareness of the refugee crisis around the world, especially in the U.S. We don't hear those refugee stories and the negative that's going on in the U.S.
How do you find these life jackets?
We partnered up with a nonprofit called Movement on the Ground. They collect the life jacket and they ship it to our manufacturer called Dream Factory. And I partnered up with my uncle on that particular part. And that's how he helped me start this company.
What was the idea? You want to make something from a life jacket and you were trying to figure out what to make? Or did you say, I want to make a bracelet, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, what about these life jackets?
The initial goal was to create awareness of the refugee crisis, and I've used that life jacket because it connected to the stories of these refugees fleeing. That life jacket had a symbol of connection of the refugee crisis, and that's why I've chosen this material.
Is it just one bracelet, or are there different styles?
So we have different stuff. We have hats, we have beanies, and we have apparel coming along the way as well. So the initial product is the bracelet so far.
Is it red or orange?
It's orange.
It's orange.
Yeah. Yeah, so the inside is leather, embroidered our slogan, Building Humanity by Epimonia. And the outside is the recycled life jacket material. And we have the clasp is magnetic as well, which is the cool feature about this bracelet.
How much are these bracelets?
It's $40 bucks.
And how much money goes to actually helping refugees out of that $40?
50% of the profits will support refugees communities in the U.S. So,
and you hire people who are refugees in the factory that make it?
Yes, that's right. In the Netherlands, in Hague.
In The Hague. Oh, so these are made in the Netherlands.
That's right.
And then they're shipped here to the United States of America.
Yeah.
you contribute to non-government organizations.
So one of them is the Movement on the Ground. They're an NGO, individual entity that don't have any correlation with the government. They are strictly funded from the people and by the people. But here in America, we support nonprofit organization that supports refugees.
And how long have you had this company?
For a year now.
For a year now. And is business growing?
Yes, growing a lot. We've been featured in more than 20 news media outlets. Our exposure, branding is incredible. We are releasing more products, beanies with hats and whatnot. And we are hopefully to, grow this company, more products, and hopefully make an impact in the refugee community in the U.S. So that's my goal.
Your family obviously went through a lot of hardship to get here and give you the opportunity to have this wonderful, successful life that so far you're living. And you're certainly giving back to your community, back to people, back to humanity. What about the hardships that your parents went through? What did that teach you about where you are today?
To always keep going, never give up on their journey. When my parents came to the U.S., they literally had nothing. And now they provided a lot for their children, to see them succeed. One of my dreams was to graduate from college, and that was to fulfill my mother's dream. To see her son walk on that stage, get that diploma was her dream, and all sacrifice has paid off for her.
Where can people find out more about Epimonia, your bracelets?
Yeah, dreamrefugee.org. And that's right, and epimonia.com.
If somebody wants to buy the bracelet, they can buy it online. They call. What do?
They, order online. By wearing the bracelet, they are making an impact, and they're standing up for refugees.
Before we let you go, Mohammed, tell me what your American dreams are for your future, for the future of America.
Make an impact in the community. That's my dream, to see these refugees, to see these newcomers able to succeed their American dream. No matter what obstacle they face in the future, keep going, because you'll get there,
Mohamed Malim, appreciate it. Thank you, founder of Epimonia bracelets, using refabricated life jackets and giving 50% of the profits back to refugee organizations, and also Dream Refugee, telling inspiring stories about refugees here in America. I appreciate your time. It's wonderful speaking with you. All right. Jonathan, let's put 1 minute.
Who?
I didn't say, I don't know. Julian.
Oh.
I had a senior moment in a second. It wasn't Jonathan. It wasn't Julian.
Julian and Yonathan put together.
Yeah, it was a combination of the two. I had a senior moment in a second.
I said, who?
Julian put 1 minute on the clock, and Yonathan is going to ask the questions.
Friday the 13th.
It was Friday the 13th, and I combined Julian and Yonathan into a Jonathan.
I was like, I was really confused.
Exactly.
That's starting to sound more like Hump Day than Friday the 13th, the more that I hear it.
That also sounds like Hump Day.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Run on Yonathan's first words. 10 questions. Go.
Monica says, can child support stop you from filing for your spouse and you are a veteran?
Yes.
Frank says, what is prima facie determination?
It means that they looked at your VAWA case and it looks okay.
Klein says, any news with VAWA?
It's going on.
Tres says, can I-130 and 485 be filed with J1 waivers pending?
No.
Do I have to file?
Gotta wait for the J1 waiver.
Okay, Royal says, I have a 10-year visa. How do I apply so I can live in the U.S.?
That's a bigger consultation. How do I get a green card?
Marcia says, my sister lost her green card. What can she do to get another one?
I-90.
O'Neill's saying, how long would it take for a citizen parent to file for a child over 21?
7 years.
Jardine says, I filed for my brother since 2010. How long more does he have to wait?
He should be getting his green card.
Esmeen saying, can a grandchild file for a grandparent?
Grandchild file for a grandparent? No.
Tanisha says, can we still get Medicaid without problems with USCIS?
Can you get Medicaid with what?
What? Can we still get Medicaid without problems with USCIS?
No, you can't get Medicaid without problems with USCIS. And if you're filing for your brother and sister, you have about, from 2010, 1 second, I got to correct that, you have about 2 more years of waiting. So I don't know if that's good because I answered one question incorrect.
Well, I did my part. Listen, that's why I'm dancing. We've been blowing up the studio all week.
At least we didn't blow it up.
Okay.
Right, so I think you got about another year or two to left with the 2010 priority date.
All right.
All right. Comments of the day.
I'm just saying, I be getting it by myself.
Yes.
All right, our first comment of the day comes from, Funny Kid Video Jose.
Okay, Funny Kid.
Can you
Video
guess
Jose.
who this is?
I have no idea.
This is a son of one of your favorite Brad Squatter.
Son of a favorite Brad Squatter.
So he says, my mother, Sandra Salinas, wants me to say, squat up, Brad Bernstein and Yonathan Elias. She's laying in bed with pneumonia and bronchitis.
Man. Oh, man. Feel better. Poor Sandra.
Salinas. Yeah, feel better.
Feel better. And thank you very much.
Yeah, and what's up to your son? Squat up. All right, our second one comes from Nod Smiley saying, Brad Show Live really helps my anxiety daily. Love you all. Oh, that's
very
nice.
Nice, thank you.
Wow.
I'm better than a psychiatrist.
So your voice.
My voice, your dancing.
Eases people's
pain.
anxiety.
Anxiety. Wow. You don't have to go to a psychiatrist. You don't have
to listen to those
Prozac or whatever you take for what do you take for anxiety?
Ambien?
No, isn't Ambien for sleeping?
That's for sleep.
Prozac is Prozac's for like
Xanax.
Xanax is
well,
for
that's
anxiety.
Good that we don't know.
Right. And I think Prozac's for like bipolar.
Okay.
But you don't need any of that
You
stuff.
don't need none of that. Just listen and watch us.
Exactly.
All right, our third comment of the day comes from K Stages Pond saying, much appreciations to Brad and team. I get overly excited when my phone receives notification that the show is on.
All right. I get excited too.
I do too.
Yes.
Yes. All right, our fourth comment of the day comes from Gully Man saying, first time commenting. Oh, whenever Brad touches the magic 8-ball, it makes me laugh.
It makes me laugh too.
Oh, I wish you didn't say that.
I think I've used it.
Oh, goodness gracious. I wish you didn't say that.
When will, what was it, Gully?
Yeah, Gully Man.
When will Gully Man laugh again?
Laughing right now.
Says right now.
Yeah.
Magic 8-ball, always right.
Always right.
Yes.
All right, number 5. This is Christopher Zabala saying, replying to Gully Man, saying, Magic 8-ball is plain awesome. I've never seen so much wisdom contained in a ball.
Exactly.
That's pretty funny.
That's right. Now, if this was Hump Day, I could have said something. But since it's not Hump Day, we'll just leave it at Magic 8-ball.
It's Friday the 13th.
Yes, that
Who's
is
to say?
true.
All right, our last comment of the day comes from Inde Guapa saying, I'll be a regular follower from now on.
All right,
Woo! That's a great way to end the week.
That is right. Everyone have a great weekend. Sandra, feel better. I hope
please.
you're better by Monday. Lots of liquids. Stay in bed. And for everybody else, have a safe, wonderful weekend. We love you all. Thank you all in the back.
Yes.
Julian, Jenny, Pizza, Jilly Bean, Maestro, Yonathan, Vanessa, wherever she may be in this world, Groundhog Sam, wherever you may be in this world. Thank you all. We'll see you Monday. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein Law Firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.